The Chiefs just got a free agency update that could impact the future of this offense. In this video, I'm going to talk about the update that we just got from Bob Fesco of 96.5 The Fan and talk about how that might impact some decision making in free agency. You guys are listening to the KC Sports Report. My name is Michael Darcy. Hit that like button on this video and subscribe to this channel for more of the best daily Chiefs content on YouTube. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into that report coming from Bob Fesco of 96.5 The Fan. He said the Chiefs aren't expected to have much movement in the wide receiver market during free agency, besides their attempts to re-sign Hollywood Brown. Again, this is all according to Bob Fesco of 96.5 The Fan. And this update's very interesting because while I love Hollywood Brown and I want the Chiefs to try to re-sign him, I'm not sure if he's enough. I'm not sure if the Chiefs can fully go into this free agency period and say, Hollywood Brown, you are the final piece to this offense. Because you saw this, past season, you could not rely on Hollywood Brown to stay healthy. He got hurt in the preseason and was basically out damn near the entire season and came back for the final 3 games. That's not someone you can rely on. That's not someone that you can bank on in the future. And I think the Chiefs could probably get better and deeper at the position because right now the Chiefs have Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice, but Rashee Rice is going to end up, coming back from that injury. He's also going to probably have to serve a suspension for what happened last year. So the Chiefs are going to need some more wide receivers. And I'm not sure if you can bank on Hollywood Brown, going into this season when he's been hurt a lot during his career. He's been hurt a lot, and even when he's been on the field, he's been good, but he's not a number 1. He's not a number 2. He's a very good number 3. Actually, you know what? I take that back. He could be a good number 2 in the right system, in the right circumstances, but I'm not going to be, banking on that going into this season. I don't think that he has given you any reason to believe that he's going to stay healthy. I just don't think the Chiefs can assume that Hollywood Brown is going to be able to play 17 regular season games and then the playoffs. That's not going to happen. He's probably going to get hurt. So I wanted to take the liberty of looking up some key wide receiver free agents and, going over which options could be good for the Chiefs and which options are not good for the Chiefs. So I do have this list from Spot Track, and I wanted to go ahead and show it. You've got guys like Stephon Diggs and T. Higgins and Keenan Allen. These are some of the bigger names in free agency, but I don't really know who's going to pay a 31-year-old Stephon Diggs who's coming off of an ACL injury, or, T. Higgins is going to make a lot of money, but that's not something the Chiefs can realistically afford. I don't like Keenan Allen. Amari Cooper's whatever. Chris Godwin, he's a good option, but he's going to get paid. He made a lot of money in Tampa Bay, and I'm not sure if the Chiefs can compete with that. Brandon Cooks could be someone that is realistic, but I'm not sure if, he's someone that at 31 years old is going to pique the Chiefs' interest. Deontay Johnson's a cancer. He's not going to probably play, anywhere for that long in the NFL. He played on 3 or 4 different teams this past season, including the Ravens twice. So I don't think that, Deontay Johnson's going to be a Chief. DeAndre Hopkins, former Chief, he's 32 years old. Listen, I like DeAndre Hopkins, but I don't think that he is, getting this wide receiver room better. I think that we kind of saw what the DeAndre Hopkins experience was like in Kansas City. He's a little bit older. He's a little bit slower. He can still catch the football, except for in the Super Bowl. But, he is someone that I don't think raises the floor of this wide receiver room or even raises the ceiling. They have to go get somebody that could be a legitimate producer and a difference maker. And we saw that DeAndre Hopkins really isn't that in 2025. Mike Williams, I'm not moved by him. He's 30 years old. He's kind of just a guy that has a lot of, hype around his name, but I don't think Mike Williams is all that good. Robert Woods is very old. He's 32. Marquise Brown, Hollywood is someone that we want to see the Chiefs re-sign. He's 27. He's got injury problems. And you saw last year he signed a 1-year, $7 million contract. Hollywood Brown's going to have to probably sign around that ballpark, and I wouldn't even be surprised if the Chiefs offered him less because he did not prove in 2024 that he was worth that, $7 million deal. He didn't even play. So I think the Chiefs could probably be a little bit savvy and offer him less and maybe offer more performance bonuses. Guys like, Darius Slayton and KJ Osborne, those were trade targets for this Chiefs team. And I actually would not hate at all if they went out and signed a Darius Slayton or they signed a KJ Osborne. A guy that I'm probably good on bringing back would be Demarcus Robinson. Again, I don't think that really moves the needle. But if Demarcus Robinson is your third or fourth wide receiver, I don't hate it. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Nelson Aguilar. I think he's, kind of just mediocre. DJ Chark could be someone. Mac Hollins, I don't think that he leaves Buffalo. Tyler Boyd in Tennessee, maybe that's something that, could be a good number 3, 4 wide receiver. Zay Jones on the Cardinals, that could be something very interesting. Elijah Moore, he's someone with a lot of speed. I would not be against going out and sign like Rondale Moore. These are guys that I would not hate at all. Justin Watson, I'm not sure if he's going to be back. He probably will be, just knowing what, Justin Watson has been for this team. But, Chris Conley, probably out on him. Tutu Atwell, I've seen him in person. He is a very, very small wide receiver. Steven Sims Jr., Kansas legend, probably all right on him. He's more of a special teams guy. Van Jefferson, man, he is completely fallen off. Yeah, none of these guys really. I mean, Sterling Shepard, Diami Brown, I'm probably okay, with being careful and maybe picking one or two of them up, but I'm not necessarily going to be expecting 2 new wide receiver free agents. Now, I will say, MVS being on this list is interesting. Juju Smith-Schuster being on this list is interesting because the Chiefs love more than anything to bring back guys that they are familiar with. And I would not be surprised whatsoever if they ran it back with Juju Smith-Schuster and Justin Watson. And that would be a little bit frustrating, but I think that the Chiefs have a plan, and we kind of can't judge it too harshly because they've won back-to-back Super Bowls and they were, one game away from three-peating. So I'm going to trust that plan. I want to talk more about what Hollywood Brown is probably going to see in free agency, the kind of offers that he's going to get. We're going to talk about that right after this quick ad break. This video is sponsored by my friends over at Mozy. Mozy is a wearable and weatherproof thermal wrap which is guaranteed to keep you warmer than a normal stadium blanket. If you're going to any outside tailgates or parties or any event, you gotta stay warm. And the best way to do that is by getting yourself a Mozy. And right now, if you click the link in my description, you will get 30% off your entire order by using code KCSR at checkout. And fellas, if you want to get your girlfriend or wife the best present ever, go get her a Mozy. It keeps her warm. You'll be able to do more activities outside. And I cannot tell you how many times that Mozy has come in the clutch by keeping the girlfriend warm. So definitely go check out the link in my description. Get 30% off your order by using code KCSR. And once again, thank you to Mozy for sponsoring this video. Now, getting back into the main portion of this video, Hollywood Brown is a very interesting free agent because he's someone that a lot of people around the NFL know him. He's a very popular name. The production hasn't necessarily been there to match that. I believe he only has one 1,000-yard season. And so he gets talked about like a number 1 wide receiver or, a very good number 2 wide receiver. But I don't think that he's in the same category as a not a Tyler Boyd, but the other Bengals receiver who's a free agent. Let me look that up really quickly because the name's escaping me. But he's, one of the top. T. Higgins. He's not a T. Higgins. He's not someone that, commands that type of respect. But he's a solid wide receiver. What is he going to get on the open market? That's the question. He signed that 1-year deal with the Chiefs and to play with Patrick Mahomes, thinking that he could ball out and then some team in free agency would give him a 3 or 4 year contract worth, a lot more money than the Chiefs would be willing to give. But unfortunately, he wasn't healthy. He didn't play. He didn't have a chance to kind of show what he's capable of in this offense. And I think that probably hurt him a lot. And so I think that it's actually more beneficial for Hollywood Brown to say, I'm going to take this bet on myself yet again. I'm going to sign a 1-year contract and hope that I can just stay healthy, have a great season in a contract year, and then go out next year in free agency, and just get as much money as humanly possible. But I don't think you're going to see the market for Hollywood Brown being all that much. I mean, there might be teams that want to sign him just because he played on the Chiefs to pick his brain, to get that explosive speed into their offense. I can't imagine that the market for Hollywood Brown is going to be all that much. So I want to hear from you guys down in the comment section below. Do you think the Chiefs are going to re-sign Hollywood Brown? And what do you think of the report that they're not going to be very active in the wide receiver market in free agency? Do you think that's an issue? Because while it is frustrating, I'm not necessarily counting out Brett Veach making a move. So, Chiefs Kingdom, that is all I have for this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more daily Chiefs coverage. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, go Chiefs.